Hey everyone, this is Russell Hawley with Geek.com, and we've got the Moto X and HTC One side by side here. Just wanted to do a quick comparison to show how these phones are a little different. You can see they both are 4.7-inch screens, but the Moto X is significantly smaller than the HTC One. This is due mostly to the boom sound speakers on the top and bottom of the HTC One that really give it that extra power in the audio department, but it is a little taller as a result. I'm going to take a quick look at the screens here as well. The big thing you'll notice with the display, and we're going to get as close as possible, it's going to get a little blurry here, is that the HTC One is definitely a cooler image, while the Moto X is warmer. And can cause kind of a problem in some areas because the white shows almost yellow in some of these areas. But, those are a primary difference in the screen quality here. Now, we'll take a look at the actual performance of the two phones. Obviously, we've got some differences here. One's running a Snapdragon 600, while the other is running dual-core S4 Pro. And when we'll do some side-by-side here, we'll see that there's not a huge difference in performance. Scrolling back and forth, the animations are a little faster on the Moto X, but they're still very smooth on both phones. You'll notice that moving around the Moto X is a little slippery on this surface because the rounded back on this is so extreme when compared even to the rounded back on the HTC One. It causes it to move around a lot on the surface. But as we do that, you can see that it's nice and smooth, and the animations are just a little tiny bit faster on the Moto X. But let's try and give it something a little more graphically intensive, a little more processor intensive, and we'll see how it stacks up to the HTC One. And what we'll do is use Qualcomm's performance tester, the Reign of Amira app. This is a game that Qualcomm created specifically for testing Snapdragon processors. And so what we'll do here is we'll load these two games at the exact same time, and we'll see what goes on. You can see immediately the color difference here between these two screens, even though the brightness is at full on both. And the Moto X loaded the game faster to that initial main screen. But when it comes to actually loading the game, we'll see that the Moto X is also just a tiny bit faster. And this is something that you'll only really notice if they're sitting side by side, but it was noticeably faster in that first loading sequence. And so it plays a video here that walks you through the theme of the game, and then it goes into loading the actual game sequence where you get to go in and start playing around. And we'll see that one more time, the Moto X with that dual-core processor is faster than the quad-core processor in the HTC One. And so we'll actually go into the gameplay. You're not going to see a huge difference in gameplay here, and that's really normal. So we'll do just a couple of quick taps here and show hacking back and forth between these guys. Killing bad guys is going to feel the same in each one, although it certainly feels like you're playing on a larger screen on the HTC One due to the size of the phone and kind of the black edges around. So the experience is pretty similar there. Thanks for watching.